everyone, and today I am going to be talking about my awful application experience involving Warwick University. It's not normally like me to film something like this. I don't really like talking bad about things, and even if I go to a restaurant and I hate the food and I hate the service, I wouldn't even leave a bad review. So I don't really like just popping negative spins on things, but I thought this was really important because it's the UCAS sort of time of year. People are deciding which universities to pick as their first choice, which ones they want to go to. People in year 12 are looking at universities and thinking of which ones they want to pick for their application as well. So I think it's really important that people know how they treated me, especially if, like me, you've got extenuating circumstances that you might need your university to know about. So it all started in year 13 and I had just sent off my UCAS application and I'd picked Warwick University as my sort of aspirational choice. I had bad predicted grades, which I spoke about in one of my previous videos that I'll link below, but I had picked Warwick as my aspirational choice, and yeah, I was just hoping they would at least give me an offer, because then it's up to me if I achieve it or not. Warwick Maths and Statistics rejected me pretty quickly. So quickly that I could still change the choices on my UCAS application, and what I did was quite foolishly now, and I regret doing it, but I had applied to Leeds as well for maths and philosophy, and I had changed it to another course at Warwick called discrete maths. In hindsight, I wish I hadn't have done that, because I would have felt a lot better about having Leeds on that application, you know, and getting, I hope, another offer. And if I had kept Leeds, then the following wouldn't have happened. So Warwick Discrete Maths rejected me in January now, because I had sent off my application in December. They'd rejected me in January, and I was just getting treatment for my extenuating circumstances, which I'll refer to interchangeably as ECs throughout this. So after a series of referrals, I was finally getting treatment, and I could finally get my doctors to write a note about it, and I sent them an email explaining the whole situation on the 9th of March. I still have all the emails, I still have all the receipts, so I will show you everything. So my email was timestamped 9th of March. Now, let's have a look. Warwick didn't reply until the 4th of April. And that was after I had called them up to get a response as well. If I hadn't have called them up, they might never have responded. And I called them up more than once, and they kept saying, oh yeah, we'll get back to you about it. And it took them ages to. In my email, I mentioned that my teachers at school wouldn't change my predictions once the application had been sent off, and also they didn't know about my extenuating circumstances. And in the email that Warwick replied, they were like, oh, get your teachers to update your predicted grades, then we'll give you another decision. It's like, no, you can't do that. Did you not read the email? Oh my gosh. So I couldn't get the updated predicted grades, and you could argue, oh well, you might be making it up, they don't know. But I had a doctor's letter with it, I had support from my pastoral tutor at school. Literally, I had it all there, but they just didn't want to take these extenuating circumstances into account. Anyway, so I sent them an email back on the 10th of April explaining that I couldn't get them updated and everything, and yeah, again, no reply. So I kept calling them up. I literally, oh my god, I spent every single lunchtime at school, it must be, calling them up. I would call them on like Monday, they'd say, oh yeah, we'll get back to you on with the decision by Tuesday. Never did. I called them up again on like the following Wednesday. They'd be like, oh yeah, we'll get back to you with the decision on Thursday, definitely, we'll send the email, definitely. And they never did, and this went on and on for weeks. Oh gosh. And literally I started to know the people on the admissions line by first name. Like, I knew them by first name, and they'd be like, oh, you're Savannah, aren't you? Like, they knew, we both knew, but nothing was getting done. The amount of stress I was under was crazy, because you know, you're trying to do your A levels at the time, and not being able to pop down your UCAS choices and things it was so frustrating. Anyway, so the last time I called them, they said, oh, the admissions tutor has been away on holiday. he's just got back, so we can send it once he gets back. And I was like, he's been on holiday during UCAS application season when he kind of needs to be there, when there's people like me who need a response from him. Otherwise the UCAS deadline will come up and we'll lose out other university choices. He decides to swan off on holiday, sitting on a beach in Ibiza or something. Oh gosh. You'd think the admissions tutor would be there for the applicants during peak UCAS time, but clearly not. I'd sent an email on 10th of April. Next time I got an email with the final decision was the 2nd of May. UCAS decision day was like within the next few days after that. Literally the 2nd of May. Oh my god. And they said on the email, "Dear Savannah, thank you for your email. Unfortunately, the course select has advised that we will not be able to reconsider your application. We wish you all the best in your future studies." So I had sent off all of this stuff, just trying to see if they would still consider it, but because I couldn't get my predictions updated, they were like, no. At that point, I had become really disillusioned with the university. I was like, they clearly don't care about their applicants or their students. They don't care if you have extenuating circumstances. At least that was the vibe I got from it. I just felt like they didn't want me there. So be warned. It might just be the maths course. I think the other courses are fine. It might just be the maths course. The other courses might be fine, but the maths course were very stuck up, I guess. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. You could play devil's advocate and argue that, oh well, I'm sure they were so really busy at that time, you know, they probably have loads of applicants, they're a popular university, and yes, I agree. But I sent an email to Nottingham on the 4th of April, Nottingham University, who had also rejected me in January. I had sent him an email explaining these extenuating circumstances, everything I'd sent to Warwick, and I just sent it on the 4th of April because of all the troubles I'd had with Warwick. I didn't really think anything was going to come of it, but I just thought I might as well just try everything I've got at this point. So I sent off this email on the 4th of April. They replied on the 9th of April. Nottingham is a much bigger university than Warwick. They get loads, thousands more applicants, and yet look who can reply quicker. So I sent them that, and then they replied, and they replied back with an offer. So as soon as I got that decision from Warwick in May, I was like, oh thank God, I didn't want to be there anyway. So, well, I didn't at that point. I was actually really relieved when they said no. I was like, yes, now I can firm Nottingham, because I knew that Nottingham cared. That's the vibe I got, that they cared. So literally as soon as I got the email, I just went on and I slapped down Nottingham as my firm choice. I had my place at Nottingham, and now I'm at Nottingham, and I love Nottingham. Just having a great time. And Nottingham have supported me a lot. They've got loads of welfare support in place. People have sent me emails, like a lot of times I haven't had to be the one to send email. People have sent me emails just to check up on me and offer me appointments, and they've been really, really good about it. I really enjoy it here. I'm really happy, and I'm really glad I chose Nottingham. So I had an awful experience with Warwick University, and Warwick have had some other bad press recently, as I'm aware, with that group chat. Now, I'm not saying Nottingham's perfect. I mean, we've had our controversies as well, but although Warwick caused me so much stress and pain with all these emails, so much time was wasted on the phone to them, I'm kind of glad it happened, because it made me realise that I didn't like Warwick. Instead of going to Nottingham and thinking, oh, what if? You know, if Warwick hadn't been this bad, I might not even have sent that email to Nottingham, and I might not even be here now. So I was really, really fortunate. So it's a happy ending to the story. This is mainly for you to consider if you're considering applying to Warwick. Please consider what I've said in this video, how they treated me as a student. It might not be the same for you, of course. It might have just been, they might have just really screwed it up with me. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like me to talk any more about university stuff, let me know. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know. So I'll see you in a bit. That was just my story of application and a quick update.